Okay, I'm gonna make sure I press record.
Okay, right, I'm recording.
You're listening to Lore Friendly, the show about video games and history. I'm your host, Chris Takahashi, and with me, as always, the Sir Edmund Hillary of Shakespearean soliloquy, Alice Bell.
That's great! That's the best one yet. And I haven't brought any random drunk friends with me this time, so that's something.
Yeah, last time I was little, I didn't know how to do the intro because there was two of you, so I've been like, the great Alice Bell and the other person.
Random drunk friends! Woo!
Yeah. I didn't want them to feel marginalized by your titles and fame.
It's much appreciated. She felt very welcome and she very much enjoyed it.
Good. So, what have you been up to?
Being miserable because it's been Valentine's Day. And Valentine's Day is depressing. That's the theme of the episode, by the way, guys.
Oh,
yeah.
The cynical view would be that Valentine's Day is just around to help, florist shops sell flowers and people sell chocolates. But I do think holidays like that are sort of necessary for lazy people.
Yeah, I buy chocolates all year round, though. So I think I'm personally keeping the chocolate industry in business.
Yeah, if something were to happen to you, basically the whole industry would collapse. So
yeah, dairy milk wouldn't be able to sustain their production levels.
I need to know if you're sick so I can start shorting those stocks. Start betting against the chocolate industry. You could make a lot of money.
See, when I'm sick, I just eat more chocolate, so I'll probably boost the industry for like the duration of when I'm sick, and then when I'm died, there'll be this huge collapse.
Oh, so when you're healthy, we basically strong buy chocolates.
Yes.
I need to invest in Hershey's and
no, not Hershey's, Cadbury's.
I don't even know what that is. Is that like
What?
some crazy English company or
what? No. How do you not know? Cadbury's is the best. What?
I don't eat a lot of sweets, so I guess that's probably why. I'm more of a meat and potatoes guy, so.
Actually, I think Cadbury's might have been bought out by Hershey's, but there's still Cadbury's over here, so...
Yeah, they're maintaining the illusion, basically. It's kind of like...
Cadbury's.
Yeah, it's kind of like Budweiser, I think, is owned by some kind of European company, but they like to, tout themselves as the great American beer, even though...
I thought that was Coors. I always got the impression that Coors was the great American beer.
They both taste like water, so... Nobody drinks that stuff.
No.
Other than 19-year-olds in frats.
Yeah, over here it's White Lightning that people drink when they're that age.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like beer to begin with, so I guess I'm not a very good judge of the flavor, but I can tell when it has less, or when it's very, very watery, or watered down, I guess is the word. And that's how I would describe a lot of the American beers.
Yeah, see, I quite like beer, but I don't drink it very often. I'm more of a vodka girl myself, keep it classy,
Yeah. Yes, very
Whatever
classy.
gets me drunk the quickest. And it's quite cheap in comparison to some things.
Is it really? I don't know the prices of alcohol.
Well, I buy a bottle of vodka before I go out for a tenner. And that'll last me 3 nights out, and I normally don't drink when I'm out. And
Are you allowed to bring drinks into... like a club or something?
No, you preload or pre-drink.
I get you. So you don't have to waste your money on...
No, it's a fine art.
I need to take lessons from you, but then again, I don't... I'm probably too old to go to clubs and stuff like that. Anyways, because it's Valentine's Day, I guess, or it was Valentine's Day this month, I guess we're gonna talk about romance in video games and things like that. So, what are your favorite romances in video games?
Well, first off, I have Otacon and Naomi and Big Boss and Eva from MGS4.
Okay.
Because, holy shit, as if that game wasn't, emotionally draining to begin with. They put Otacon and Naomi together, and it's just so tragic. I'm trying to avoid spoilers this time, but is it really a spoiler if it was a game that came out in 2008?
I don't even remember that they had a romance. That's how old the game is. But that's a very odd pair. I mean, you got a nerdy guy in Otacon, and Naomi's like the British one, isn't she?
she was British in the first game, but it was like a false identity or some, I don't know.
Oh god, yeah. That's how little I remember. What I remember, spoilers, is Snake. I think was in a wheelchair at the end. I can't even remember.
That was Zero. Spoilers.
That's how old the game is. But that was one of your favorite romances.
Yes, and then there was Big Boss and Eva as well. Because especially in MGS4, like at the end of MGS3, you get Eva running off and abandoning Big Boss and selling him out to the Chinese or whatever. But then in the fourth one, it reveals that actually she did really love him and she bore his children, and then yeah.
That was a great game. Metal Gear Solid 3.
I really enjoyed I love the Metal Gear Solid series, so.
The whole sniper thing was the best part, I think.
Oh, Sniper Wolf. She was beautiful. Love Sniper Wolf.
No, I mean
the end.
The end, yeah. Oh,
there were so many ways to skip that fight. It was amazing.
Yeah, you could kill him, like, early on, I think.
Yeah, you could kill him early on. You could, set your system's clock forward so that he dies of old age. But if you didn't set it far enough, then he'd like find you asleep and knock you out and take you to prison.
No, that was just an amazing battle.
It was so clever. It was It was one of the most memorable moments in gaming.
Yes, but it wasn't romantic, so we need to kind of stick on.
Yeah. And the other romantic relationship that I really enjoyed in video games, and because I'm kind of shoehorning this in, because I really want an excuse to talk about this game, it's the character of Jeanette and Bertram Tung in Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not something that's at the forefront of the game by no means, it's like in the starting area almost. And you have to work hard to find little details about their relationship. Like, it's kind of hinted at that this is the reason why Jeanette and her sister are arguing and things like that, but it's never really explicitly mentioned.
Right.
And the interesting thing is that in the Vampire the Masquerade universe, vampires don't have a sex drive. It's not something that they're interested in. But these two, yeah, but these two are banging like bunnies, and like, Jeanette's an infomaniac, so it's kind of excusable, but you never find out why Tung enjoys it so much, because they just don't do it. They don't have sex.
It's the power of love, Alice.
But they don't love each other, they're basically just banging. Bertram's ugly as fuck because he's a Nosferatu. Jeanette's hot as shit.
But this is your platonic ideal of a romance, then?
I just think it's hilarious.
You just want to talk about sex.
Yeah. Let's talk about sex, baby. No.
Is there for someone your age, you have a very well-versed knowledge of old 1980s and 90s music.
Well, it's the kind of places that I go to.
Okay.
Kind of clubs that I go to.
I'm very surprised that you could speak on my level in terms of, like, 80s and 90s stuff.
I've got an old soul.
Yes, you do.
What about you, then? Favorite romances?
Wait.
Oh,
you didn't...
what?
All the romances you mentioned were other people. Have you played any games where you had a romance as your player romance, or?
I really, really like Farkas. Every time in Skyrim that my character gets married, it's gotta be to Farkas. Because it's the voice. He's got, like, this rough edge to his voice, and
that's just the really... American brute, right?
He's just like, how can I help you, dear?
But there's like 50 other people with the same voice, though.
I know, but he's a puppy dog.
Yeah, that's true.
Literally, but I'm not condoning bestiality, that's for later on.
That's once you get to know each other better.
Yeah, it's just, he's just such a sweetie. And, like, if you adopt kids, then the kids will be like, Dad took me out fishing today. It was like, oh, you calling him Dad and you're adopted. It's great.
Yeah. I don't think I romanced any of the. Well, no, that's not true. I did marry. I think on my first vanilla playthrough, I married Jordis, the sword maiden. I don't romance any of my own characters because that would just be like incest. I think it'd just be weird. It'd just be strange.
Hey, I'd romance Fiona if I could.
Yeah, that's not even incest. That's like narcissism, I think. Yeah, I did romance, I think, Jordis, the sword maiden, but it was purely just because she looked the best. There was, I mean, there's nothing really to those romances in Skyrim.
Yeah.
I think the most in-depth one I did for my player was playing Dragon Age Origins. I think I romanced Morgan. And yeah, I had like a really hard time, I think, choosing between Liliana and Morgan, but the game forces you to choose.
Yeah.
So, like, I actually went online and was looking for ways that you could skip that. And what I ended up doing to solidify a romance with both Morgan and Liliana was I just didn't talk to them for like the last 1/4 of the game.
That's how you get a woman. Don't talk to them.
Yeah. No, because if you talk to them, they'll start saying, "Hey, what are you doing with this other woman?" Right? They'll start like hating on your polygamous ways. So what I did to secure the romance with both was just not talk to either of them, and that's how I solved that problem. But
wow.
but it turns out in the third game, they don't hold on to your save games.
Oh, I thought that was like BioWare's shtick.
No, they actually make you input it online.
Oh.
Because they couldn't transfer the save games over. It's a different engine, blah, blah, blah.
Well, that sounds like a pain in the arse.
It's not all that difficult, but the problem is all your cheating, workarounds for getting, like, non-canon relationships to work don't play because you have to enter the stuff online. So you have to choose between Morgan and Liliana. So, 5 years after the original game came out, I finally decided on Morgan.
Did you play Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Moe?
No, it was kind of easy because with Morgan, you make a god baby, so you have a kid.
Wow.
So basically, you don't want to make a kid and then romance the other person. So
no.
It was kind of easy, yeah. But you could do multiple playthroughs. I just been lazy about that.
I've only just been too busy playing Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yes. Yeah, I've only done 3 playthroughs of Inquisition, which is surprisingly low.
That's impressive.
Surprisingly low considering how addicted I get to things, but yeah.
But Inquisition's only been out, like, a little while. That's impressive.
Yeah, I put in like 150 hours, I think, into that game.
Shit!
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Dude!
If you think about it this way, 2 hours a day. If you play about 2 hours a day, and then on weekends, like, you play like 6 or 7 hours or whatever, like, you could...
It does add up.
Yeah, you could hypothetically get to 150 in about a month, right? And the game's been out for 4 or 5 months? No,
yeah. I'm not sure. I'm bad at dates.
Do you mean that, that's ironic in a way? I'm
Both.
bad at dates. Yeah.
Nobody wants to date me.
No, I'm sure that's not true. That's more humble bragging, I think.
No, seriously. No one wants to date me.
Well, they're lost, Alice.
Yeah, I'm fucking beautiful.
Yeah, did you tell them that you were the Sir Edmund Hillary of Shakespearean soliloquy?
No, but I'm going to use that in my Tinder profile.
Okay. You should. It's factually accurate. Yeah, I think in general, though, I'm not a very romantic person, so I don't really, have a lot of games where I focus on the romance unless the player is directly involved.
Yeah.
Like when other people are, like, off, making whoopee or whatever,
Making babies.
Yeah. I don't even notice. Like, I didn't know in Skyrim, Sergius, Nyria, and Feralda were having, like, they had a love triangle.
Well, what?
In the Winterhold College, there's two
shit,
high elves.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they have a love triangle with a really old guy. I think he's the guy.
He's a pimp.
Yeah, he's basically a pimp. but he's also an old geezer, which is kind of interesting. But the elves are probably twice as old as him anyway. They just look younger. But I didn't realize that he was dating the both of them until I saw it in the creation kit. It says like lover secret. The secret box is checked.
Wow.
So maybe it's the same in the programming or in the code of Vampire Masquerades, where it tells you all the people who are having sex and not telling you.
Well, it's literally those two. And I think you can get a lap dance, and you can, like, kind of make out with blood dolls and stuff, but they're all women, and so basically it's forced. Like, you can give someone a blowjob.
Oh, wonderful.
You can give someone a blowjob in a graveyard. Game of the year 2004.
That might be sexy if you're into that sort of goth kind of thing. Like, ooh, a graveyard.
Yeah.
So hot.
Well, it's this quest where basically there's zombies in this graveyard in Hollywood, and this guy and you either have to do the quest where you kill all the zombies for this guy whilst he goes to fetch a prostitute. You bring him a prostitute, or if your character's attractive enough, you can give him a blowjob.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah. No, I am all for sex in video games. I don't like the whole prudish culture we have, so. Yeah. More blowjobs for everyone is not a bad thing.
I could get behind that.
Yes. I mean, we have this sort of culture. I mean, it's a common theme or a common thing that people often mention is that, like, we can have games where we blow people's head off, but oh no, show a little tit, and you know, it's the worst thing in the world.
No.
But yeah.
No, that's ridiculous. I'm all for sex in video games.
Yeah.
But it seems to be something that video games seem to be doing to be a bit edgy sometimes.
Can you imagine a game with as much sex as most games have violence? Can you imagine?
It would just be tits and cocks everywhere.
Yeah, it would just be a non-stop orgy, basically.
It'd be like university.
Oh.
That's better than mine was.
I actually have a drum and a snare, an actual
Oh
drum
shit,
set
you
here.
should bring it out for the next one. Then we can do proper
No, I was being sarcastic. I don't have a drum set. I was just saying, you know, because I have our family, like I said last time, we pass the jokes down. It's important to have a drum set as well, passed to our kin, so they can at the proper time.
Well, I'm just hugely disappointed that you don't actually have one now.
Yeah, no, I cannot play instruments. I do have a keyboard next to me, but I can't play it anymore. I used to be able to play it, and then now, it's I have a guitar here too. And
I can play one song on the guitar.
Yeah.
Smoke on the Water. I can do the little down, 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 down. I can do that bit, but nothing else.
I was similar. I used to be able to do that, what's that song? That,
Oh, I don't know.
Let me go, that one.
I don't know. I knew
it's on the tip of the tongue. Yeah. Blister in the Sun, I think it was called. By
someone. We have the internet at our command. We could easily Google this.
I know, but I want to be able to figure it out on my own. Fuck, I'm not going to be able to do it.
Oh. So close. Well, kind of.
Not really.
Are you Googling it?
Yes, I'm Googling it. It is by The Violent Femmes. That's who it is.
See, I thought it was a different song.
You did?
Yeah. Maybe there's a lot of songs with that kind of riff.
Yeah, I'm sure there are. There's that one song by that indie band Neutral Milk Hotel in the airplane over the sea. It uses the same riff as some like 1940s song or something. It's like a really famous riff.
I probably recognize the 1940s one.
Now we're gonna spend this whole thing Google.
This whole podcast is the Google cast. Not sponsored by Google.
Oh, it's called the 50s progression. The 1950s progression. And
it's used for everything.
Stand By Me is the famous song
Yep,
that uses it.
there we
Yes,
go.
there we go. Yeah.
Darling, stand by me.
Yes, that is one. Have you seen the movie Stand By Me?
No.
How can you not seen that movie?
Because
but then again,
I've been rewatching RuPaul's Drag Race for the past month.
Okay. I thought you were someone who was well versed in the 1980s, but now I'm beginning to doubt your 1980s cred.
Well, I'm sorry, but RuPaul takes priority at the minute.
You're
I
not.
fucking love drag queens. They're great.
Yes, they are. I need more drag queens in my life, I think.
You should make a drag queen character in Fallout.
Yes, I do want to make a trans, I was talking to this with Mouse, but a trans Legion character, because I think that would be interesting, because they kind of see women as inferior or whatever.
Yeah.
And so they, it would be interesting to maybe have someone who is a man on the inside, but biologically has feminine parts.
I think that'd be quite interesting.
And be a Legion soldier, yeah.
Because, like, female to male, like, transitions aren't really discussed as much as male to female. So I think that'd be quite interesting.
There is one in Dragon Age, actually.
Really?
His name is Krem, yeah. He's like a mercenary. And it's not a major character, it's kind of like
it's in the background.
Yeah, it's a background character, but it's not an insignificant character.
Yeah.
And I really like him. He's pretty cool. Yeah. So it's very progressive, I think. But yeah, as far as romances go, and who knows, maybe BioWare will expand on Krem in a later game. But yeah, I do think that would be interesting to put a trans character in the game.
Yeah.
I didn't put one in Skyrim because of the fact that, I mean, the whole game is kind of gender equal, and it's a very progressive universe. And so there's not that conflict that arises.
No. Yeah,
in the BioWare universe, there's a trans character who's from the Tevinter Imperium. Krem is from the Tevinter Imperium, so there's a bit of conflict there because Tevinter, they look down on that, and they have slaves, and that they're used kind of like a backwards culture in that sense. So it makes it a little bit more interesting. But
whereas Skyrim's is so incredibly progressive, like racism is racism's in the game, but gay marriage is a-okay. No one has a problem with it, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really weird.
Right. So basically, if I did make a trans character for Skyrim, it would be someone who was interesting for a different reason. Yeah. It just happened to be
just
trans.
be another part of their identity rather than their defining feature.
Right. I think most of the gay, lesbian people that I put in Skyrim are like that. Like, it's not like, oh, I'm gay and woe is me. Yeah. It's more like, I happen to like men, so, stop hating on me. And stuff like that. Moving on, our game of the month. Yes, Hatoful Boyfriend. Or Hurtful.
Boyfriend.
Heartful or hurtful? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
It's English.
Don't know.
It's English.
It's the best game ever.
Is it?
No.
It's the game that started out as an April Fool's joke, from what I read.
Yeah.
And over time became a lot more. So much more, in fact, that it's actually sort of critically acclaimed from what I understand. But what did you think of the game? Because you actually played it.
Yeah, it had me in fucking tears. The first time I played it, fucking tears were streaming down my face. I've got, you choose your own name. So I called myself Ali Birdie Girl.
Wait, so but you're a human.
Yeah. But she says every birdie and shit like that, so she's trying to fit in with the birds. Oh yeah, by the way, everyone's a pigeon. Or a bird.
Did you Yes. I guess I should explain, this is a pigeon dating sim game. Right. But
that's why it had me in tears.
Yeah.
So I called myself Ali Birdie Girl. So I've got some amazing screenshots where girl is used to address me. But yeah, it plays like what I imagine a standard dating sim would play like, because I've never really like play dating sims because I have Tinder for that, and and there's not that much gameplay involved. Like there's 3 or 4 major decisions that you have to make in your first run, maybe 5, maybe.
Did you turn on the option though to have their human faces show
Yeah.
up? Or...
Yeah,
oh, that's cheating. That's cheating.
I did, but then it only like pops up when they're introduced, and the rest of the time they're birds. So like, Shu kind of looked like David Tennant. She was like the crazy doctor guy. But and I would have pursued him, other than the fact that like when he came back as a bird, he literally took up the entire screen. He was huge, and I was
Is
like,
that... yeah. Is
no,
that the scale?
Yeah, I don't know. But I just couldn't get past that fact. So, like, our character is dumb as shit as well. Like, really fucking dumb. Like, blonde bimbo dumb.
Okay.
But, yeah, she was just like, oh, hi. I'm just here looking for Ryuka. Or whatever his name is. I don't know. I didn't really pay much attention to the names. I was too enthralled by the fact that I was fucking flirting with birds.
And how far did you make it into the second part of the game?
Well, I ended up pursuing Sakuya, who's basically the aristocrat, because I thought if I'm going to be fucking a bird, it has got to be a rich bird. And then he isn't rich anymore, so I was kind of disappointed.
Oh.
So, yeah, I went into the second game thinking, right, I'm going to go with the teacher, because the teacher was kind of hot. Because I still can't get over the fact that the doctor takes up the huge fucking screen. And then, holy shit, you get dark dystopian future with viruses and friends killing friends and covert activists counter-spying and what the fuck?
Yeah.
I was meant to be in a game about dating birds.
Well, that's how it started. It started out as a joke, but I guess the developer kind of thought, hey, this is getting really popular. Maybe let's
give it a dark, twisted backstory.
Maybe I can use this as an outlet for my dystopian sci-fi
I mean,
novel.
There's a precedent for it in the game, because, like, in the first game, your character lives in a cave, and she's a hunter-gatherer, and she worries about not being able to eat enough and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of terrifying.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you do think about a world ruled by birds,
yeah,
you kind of have to assume that either A, it started out that way, or B, it's like a Planet of the Apes deal where the birds took over and the humans, like human civilization, crumbled. And yeah, I guess it was probably made about the time that whole bird flu stuff came out.
Yeah,
right?
It was the HN51 virus that started it all.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is in that whole, like, wacky Japanese game kind of thing where everything just, you get the absurd with the pigeons, and you get the whole, like, super deep Evangelion stuff with the dystopian future. Yeah. So it's kind of, but it checks every box of a JRPG in that sense. Which is not a bad thing. I mean, I like I said last episode, I like JRPGs when I need a change of pace, so.
Yeah. The weird thing is, though, in a game about, like, dating birds, apparently lesbianism is crossing the line.
What?
Because there was this awesome character, her name is Azami, she has a kick-ass soundtrack, and she was like, come on, kid, you're great, and shit like that. And I was like, fuck, I want to date this bird, she's fucking awesome. And no, she gets married off, and I was so upset.
Yeah, I don't know if dating sims, if there's a lot of bisexuality in general in dating sims. I have seen some where the other person is like it's a guy and that you have a girl harem, and then one of the girls is actually a guy, but he's really feminine. I've seen that particular trope in Japanese dating sims, but I haven't seen one with bisexuality though. So apparently pigeon sex is okay, but not bisexuality.
Yeah.
Although I can't really speak on the genre as a whole, having not played much of it.
Well, if this is anything to go by, I hope that every dating sim has a dark dystopian future behind it, because it brought this game to a whole other level.
Yeah.
Also, I have no idea what kind of scale the humans are in comparison to the birds, because in pursuing...
There's no other humans?
No, there's no other humans in the game, but, like, in the game, in my pursuing of Sakuya, I ended up throwing a bird out of the window a lot, so I'm assuming that they're actually, like, bird-sized.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to carry a bird to your cave at one point, and so that just makes the romance even weirder. Like, I could kind of get it if they were, like, human-sized birds, but apparently they're not.
Yeah, but you're perfectly okay with the premise of talking pigeons. But it's the size that kind of gets
Yeah. No, I don't know.
I think you have to suspend your disbelief, Alice, in this case.
It's confusing.
Yeah, so...
But I don't know how I can have a romance with someone I can hold in my hand, because I hate pigeons.
What if it was a person that was that big? You could have a romance with
That'd
a person
be like
that big.
Thumbelina.
Yeah.
That'd be quite cute, but it'd make
the sexy time.
Yeah, very awkward.
Yeah, they could just crawl in there or something. I don't
know.
know.
Oh, that's a horrible image. Oh.
It'd be much more difficult for a woman, like if it was a fairy or something, or someone really small. What are you gonna do? You can't have sex because your penis is like twice their size. So what are you gonna do? I mean,
hand jobs would be very difficult.
Yeah. They would just be like, it'd be like a stripper pole. You'd be just going up and down.
Yeah, but that'd have to be a very wide stripper pole.
Yeah,
in comparison to the person.
Yeah, that's true. They would
It'd
just
be like running around a pillar.
Yeah, it like that. I don't see how that could work. The other way, you could have oral sex. Like a tiny little man could basically go down on you. And it might be actually better than some huge guy with a big tongue just sloppily, going all over town. You have like more precision if you're that small.
Oh, you just might not notice it 'cause it'd be that fucking small.
Yeah, that's true. His tongue would be like a millimeter. It'd be so tiny. I guess it wouldn't really work. They would probably have to give because a clitoris is kind of like a tiny penis. So it would almost be like giving a blowjob. or giving a hand job or something that they could actually do.
Yeah, but how would you reciprocate? How would you give back?
Well, I'm sure if you got a magnifying glass and some tweezers or something, you could jerk them off.
Tweezers would be really painful.
Yeah, it would.
Haven't you ever plucked your eyebrows?
Oh, of course, Alice, all the time. Yeah, I do think the logistics though would be a little bit easier. I think if it was a little man sprite.
Yeah.
Anyways, we've gotten off topic a little bit.
What have we? We're talking about a game about fucking pigeons.
Alright, on a scale of Game of Thrones characters, what do you give this game?
Dance with Dragons Tyrion, because this shit is seriously fucked up.
See, I would give it a patch face, because it's kind of it's a joke. You know that, the guy...
Yeah.
But he's also sort of kind of deep, in a way.
And terrifying.
Yeah. So I would give it a patch face. That jester who speaks in riddles. I can see that.
I know. Oh.
On a scale of Game of Thrones characters, you give it a Tyrion, I give it a
Dance
patch
with
face.
Dragons Tyrion.
Dance with Dragons Tyrion. A very important distinction because of spoilers. Things happen.
That I'm not actually going to go into for
once.
Yes,
okay, good. Let's not spoil people who don't like to read.
I barely spoiled that game. I only spoiled the Azami's, storyline in that game. So that's an improvement on last week.
Yes, very good. I'd call that progress.
Definitely progress.
Yeah. Okay, so question time. First question. I don't know who this is from. We'll just say Johnny from
Not that
Knoxville.
fucking Johnny again.
No, different Johnny.
Different Johnny.
Johnny from Knoxville, we'll say. No, how about... Oh, I read that wrong. It doesn't say Johnny here. It actually says Peyton. Peyton from Knoxville. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Just as long as it's not Johnny.
Yeah,
That guy
get
fucking hates me.
Yeah, I get my P's and J's confused for some reason. It says Peyton. Clearly says Peyton here. Peyton from Knoxville says, "Is it me? Or is an amulet of Mara kind of ridiculous? Maybe I'm just self-conscious, but I can't imagine wearing a sign around my neck that says, 'Single and looking to marry.' Is this just a gameplay thing, or a product of modern times? Did Scandinavian societies use a similar method for betrothal?" Alice?
I like how after 7 episodes we finally got back to Skyrim.
Yeah. It does
Finally.
it does happen to be the game from which all this started, so we should go back there pretty periodically.
Yeah, every couple of episodes, so.
Yeah.
Right, so symbolizing marital status is weird culturally because often single men and women aren't marked, but married men and women are marked. So by single men and women are marked by the absence of these cultural markers. That's a lot of marks in a sentence.
Yeah, I've already tuned out. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Right, within many Amish communities, only married men are allowed to wear a beard, so therefore you can assume that young men without beards are eligible for marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And wedding rings are the most obvious popular symbol, with earliest instances of a wedding ring dating back to ancient Egypt, where the circle of the ring symbolised eternity. And these wedding rings are obviously frequently prevalent in Western cultures.
Well,
less so in, Eastern cultures, but very prevalent in Western.
Well, there's an obvious reason for having a wedding ring. You need to tell people, a wedding ring, you need to tell people that you're
married.
Taken. Yeah, you're married. But having a thing that says, "I'm looking to marry," I sort of agree with Peyton. Doesn't that seem a little bit kind of like a little bit desperate in a way?
Well, there's no real historical precedence for it. Like I said, there's cultural markers of a woman being married, but not of a person being unmarried. The only rights that we have, regarding marriage and relationships of old Scandinavia are from archaeological digs where we have to fill in the blanks, or myths and legends, which are inaccurate anyway because they're recorded in the 12th century. So one of the few records that we have of wedding and marriage and relationships is the wedding of Freyr and Thrym in Thrymskavida, which is one of the Elder Edda poems, in which Thor, when he's disguised as the bride, dons a bridal veil, gems, and keys which symbolise a woman's role as keeper of the household. But we don't know if any of these were part of a bridal garb, or whether they were something that a bride would keep on person after their marriage. We don't have any evidence of symbols that signified that someone was single. I think it's just a convenient way for the developers to say, "Yo,
right.
You can get married to this dude."
Yeah, it does seem to be a completely just a gameplay thing in this case, which isn't a bad thing. Video games are not real life.
No.
Some people say, "Well, this isn't like real life," and it's nothing in video games is it's a simulation of that borrows aspects from real life, but
and then appropriates it and makes it its own.
Right, but real life is kind of boring. So why would you want a game to be like real life? Yeah.
Let's face it. Would you really want to properly date a character in Skyrim?
No.
Really? I tried with Farkas, but it didn't work out very well.
No, not with the vanilla characters because they're just too thin. Maybe in Fallout, because Obsidian made Fallout New Vegas, and they concentrate more on your companions.
Yeah.
So I would totally marry Cass or Veronica. Well, Veronica's lesbian, so that would be impossible. But I would totally marry Cass, I think, in Fallout New Vegas. But yeah, not in Skyrim. They're just Bethesda focuses on world building and
Surface world
individuals.
building.
Yeah. Well, every NPC is unique. They all have their own little story. Obsidian, they focus on a handful of characters and then...
And really flesh them out.
Right. And then the other characters are just, like, they're nobodies. They just repeat the same thing over and over again. So,
Like Nazim.
Yeah. No, it's worse.
Wait, sorry,
it's worse.
yeah. Oh.
In New Vegas, they don't even have names. They just tell you about how they wish...
Prostitute!
Yeah, they just repeat the same line over and over. It's God, I wish I could remember the line. Why can't I remember the line? Fuck. I'm gonna Google it again.
Google it.
Which is
This episode is brought to you by Google.
Yeah. Oh, patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter. Like every NCR ranger repeats this over and over again, and they don't have names.
Makes you want to cry.
Right. They don't have names. It's kind of like the guards that say the arrow to the knee line. It's like that.
Fuck.
Only times
Do
3.
not remind me of that, please.
Yeah.
I'm traumatized.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like different focuses. With Bethesda, they don't focus on companions as much as they focus on every single person.
Yeah.
Whereas Obsidian, they focus on like really fleshed out companions, and then the other people are just meh. They're just all guards. They're all Skyrim guards. But yeah, what were we talking about? Oh, gameplay. Yeah, gameplay in real life. But yeah, that is something I don't remember what I was talking about, so forget it.
Basically, video games aren't real life.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Sometimes art doesn't imitate life.
Yeah, exactly.
Boom.
And if it did imitate life, it would be fucking boring as hell.
Yeah, who really wants to play, like, getting out of bed and going to work to be an office drone simulator?
Yeah.
Really?
Exactly.
Who wants to play dating simulator?
Why would you...
Oh.
Well, it's different if you're dating pigeons.
Yeah.
But why would you pay $70 when you could just go outside? Basically.
Yeah. Basically. Who wants to go outside, though?
Yeah, nobody. Next question. Murph in Boston asks, I am a diehard Red Sox fan. Oh god, I hate you already. No, I'm kidding. Apologies to all the people in Boston. I am a diehard Red Sox fan, and to me, Valentine's Day is the day Bobby Valentine got fired for being a useless schmuck. But it got me wondering about the real Valentine's Day. Who is this wicked pissa, and why is he making us buy flowers for our girlfriends?
Well, we can assume that the date of Valentine's Day is taken from the ancient Roman festival Lupercalia, which I think is how you pronounce it. I'm not exactly 100% on my Latin.
Is that like a bacchanalia? I think that's
No idea.
Well, Google it
It was basically a localized festival in Rome that celebrated fertility rites between the 13th and the 15th of February. So that's where we tend to get the date from.
Yeah, it's bacchanalia, I think.
Oh.
Not bacchalia. See, I'm teaching you.
Thank you. I don't know how to pronounce shit. It's not like I'd study English or anything.
Yeah.
But in terms of the name, Valentine's Day in the Christian calendar celebrates 2 martyrs, Valentine of Rome and Valentine of Terni. Although we don't know specifically why they were martyred, various legends have sprung up around the 2 figures, which has led to them being conflated. So, according to the Venerable Bede, who is one of our most extensive sources on early ecclesiastical history, who I'm also using in my university project, so I actually know something for once.
Oh.
Roman Valentine was imprisoned by Emperor Claudius II, who tried to convert Valentine to Roman paganism to save his life. Valentine obviously refused because he was a staunch Christian, and before his execution, Valentine cured the blind daughter of his jailer, who, after seeing this, alongside his household, all converted to Christianity. And it was only a later embellishment that the more popular tale of St. Valentine came about, that he conducted marriages for soldiers who weren't allowed to marry because they were part of the Roman army. So soldiers would come to him once they saw his amethyst ring, which was engraved with the symbol of Cupid, who was obviously a pagan symbol of love. But there's very, very little evidence suggesting that soldiers were actually banned from wedding in Roman culture during this period. And the clearest romantic associations we get are cemented in Chaucer, the dude who wrote Canterbury Tales, his 14th century work, Parliament of the Fools, in which he writes, "For this was sent Valentine's Day, when every bird cometh there to chase his make." So basically, for this was on St. Valentine's Day, when every bird comes there to choose his mate. So basically, it's fucking Chaucer's fault.
So Saint Valentine really has nothing to do with romance. Then in reality, it's just a myth.
No.
He did have a ring.
Pretty much a myth.
He did have a ring though. That's kind of like an amulet.
No,
of Mara.
that was part of the myth.
Myth, yeah.
That was part of the legend, and it was basically like, this dude likes love and he can conduct marriages.
Right, but legend or not, it does does have some similarities to the amulet of Mara, although it's more of the priest thing, not a single person thing.
It's more of like if we saw a dude wearing clerical vestments,
okay,
kind of thing, rather than I'm single and looking to mingle.
Yeah, a little bit different there, I guess.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only precedent we have of people symbolizing their single status.
Yeah.
Is dating websites.
Or wearing clerical vestments.
Well, yeah.
Because they're not allowed to do the nasty.
But you know they would if they could.
Yeah. Well, hopefully with an adult.
Yeah. No, we're not getting into that area. God. We are not getting into that. It's not even grey area, it's black area. Come on, Chris.
Yeah. Still, no, I mean, I think it's not even a debate though, it's just wrong.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah, so it's all a myth, huh? It's kind of like Santa Claus. It's just...
No, Santa Claus is real.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Did I
Father
just
Christmas
ruin...
is real. Yes.
Did I just ruin
Yes.
ruin Christmas for you?
Yes.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Well,
why do you do this, Chris?
You're just gonna have to learn, that some things aren't real.
Yeah, but Father Christmas is real. He brings me presents and money. Which is better than presents.
If someone's bringing you presents and money, I'd question their motives. I'd wonder if Father Christmas is indeed a father. Like
hey, I'd be happy to be a sugar daughter. Is that what you call them? Sugar baby? Sugar baby. I'd happily be a sugar baby.
No, it's sugar daddy is the guy who's giving the sugar, I think.
Yeah, so what do you call the girl who's
gold
being
digger.
given sugar?
Gold digger.
Not, yeah, but he's giving you sugar.
Yes, you're eating the sugar, so you're a sugar digger.
I don't think that's how you get sugar. I think sugar comes from plants, Chris.
Yeah. Well, you have to dig up the plants,
Learn
right?
to science!
Yeah, I'd say you're just a plain old gold digger, which is not a bad thing either. I hate how these terms, have negative connotations. Who cares if someone is dating someone for money? If the person with money doesn't care, then why should...
It's all fair
Why
game.
should a stranger? Yeah.
I don't even date Father Christmas.
Yeah, you just go straight to bed, right?
Yeah. Straight to bed on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Hang up my stockings.
And watch Doctor Who.
Yeah. No, that's Christmas Day.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry for getting your national holidays incorrect.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Same difference, Eve Day.
I was disappointed by this year's... Well, no, I liked this year's Christmas special.
Why?
This year's Christmas special
Why were you
was great.
disappointed?
I wasn't. I was...
Then why did you say that?
I don't know. I think I was thinking of the year before. Where
Words
it was
are hard.
Yeah. How do I English? No, I really didn't like the year before's Christmas special, which was the one when Matt Smith left. Because it was just an episode of him growing old. That's not interesting. That's not what I want to see on Christmas Day. And it was set in a town called fucking Christmas. Like, yeah, I get that it's the Christmas special, but still, be a bit more subtle about it. Jeez.
Wait, isn't that the one where they sealed the crack, or no?
Yeah. It was shit. It was really shit, but this year's good. I like the whole, face hugger, dream within dream within dream within dream within dream.
Yes,
I like
that Clara is returning. I like Clara.
She's grown on me this past series, whatever you call them. I don't know. She's grown on me a lot more.
Yeah. I do like they also wrote Danny off because it was getting a little bit too much like Rory and what's her face.
We don't need another Rory and Amy.
No.
They've had their time in the limelight.
Yeah. So I'm glad they sort of moved past that and still managed to keep Clara around.
Yay.
I also like the fact because everyone on television is incredibly good looking, but like Amy she was too distracting. I mean, she looks like a supermodel.
Amy, I think Amy is actually a model.
Oh yeah, she has the height for it, right?
Yeah, she's like 5'8", skinny as a twig.
Karen Gillan, is that her name?
Yeah. She was in like Guardians of the Galaxy and shit. She's a superstar.
Yeah, she was way too good looking. I was like, I cannot like pay attention to the show when someone is that good looking. So when Clara is good looking, she's cute, she's pleasant to look at, but she's not like so distracting that I can't like pay attention. So I like Clara.
See, the way you felt with Amy Pond is the way I felt with David Tennant.
Oh yeah.
Still loving him.
Yeah.
Still missing
I
him.
like David Tennant. David Tennant is the best. Him, like I said, him and what's her face? The funny one.
Catherine Tate,
yes.
They were in
Donna
a play
Noble.
together. I think they were in As You Like It. They're in I think it was an RSC production, Royal Shakespeare Company production of As You Like It. And it was set in the 80s, and I really want to see it, but I can't afford it.
Yeah.
And that makes me sad.
Well, you're a college student. Once you get out and start, working and stuff like that.
Well, it's been recorded, but it's like £10 to download the recording and
God, £10. I don't even know what that is, but imagine like it's some kind of cephalopod and getting those out from the sea must be really difficult. So
yeah.
10 of them. Yeah. That's just...
It's difficult. I don't even live near the sea. I live in the middle of the country.
Yeah. So 10
Shit
quid.
is hard.
Yeah.
£10.
Maybe
It's
10
difficult.
octopuses would be easier for you.
No way. Did you not hear that I live in the middle of the country?
Well,
There's no way I'm getting any fresh quid.
That's
Octopuses. Octopi?
true. Yeah, I'd go with
Octopussy.
Yeah, so, anyways, that should wrap up this episode of Lore Friendly. Anything else you want to say before we go?
When's St. Patrick's Day?
A month from now? Is that what you want to focus on next episode?
Yes. Could we do a drunk episode?
Of course.
We'll actually get drunk.
Yeah, well, I'm always
Everyone
drinking
could
when I
meet
do
drunk
this.
Alice.
So.
Oh, this will be great.
Okay. All right, let's do that then. So,
Okay.
Tune in next month. Are we actually going to do this one on time next time, or is it going
Yeah,
to be
I'm
like...
sorry. I just had a buttload of translations to do.
Is it going to be like the middle of July and we're going to be talking about St. Patrick's Day? Because we're always fucking behind.
Yeah, but it's only recently that we've been behind. Normally we've been on point.
Yes. But I'm sensing a trend.
Well, we'll get back on time and shit. I'll get my work done on time for once.
Okay.
And we'll actually be able to record stuff. And it'll be
Alright.
great. And we'll be
Alright.
drunk on St. Patrick's Day.
So, tune in next month.
Oh, wait,
for-
shit. Yeah, I'll talk about this off air.
Okay, so tune in next month for Lore Friendly episode, I don't know, 8?
I think it's 8.
Yes, where we get drunk and talk about St. Patrick's Day. Alright,
Thursday.
say goodbye, Alice.
Bye!
This is Viridian, and you're watching the 3D NPC Podcast Network. You may recognize my voice from my previous work, How to Subscribe to a Podcast. It's real easy. You just press a button. If you like the podcast, then congratulations, you have an excellent taste. Press the subscribe button to confirm. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. If you didn't, it's likely you just need to turn the volume higher. Click on any of the boxes to watch another video. Go on, don't be shy. I'll wait here while you click them. Every time someone subscribes, an angel gets their wings. But only the ones you like. Don't worry, there is a system in place. I'm not even getting paid to do this. But if we get enough subscribers, Kris has promised me a coupon for KFC. So please subscribe. I'm so hungry. Subscribe. You might regret it in the morning, but we promise you won't get pregnant. If you like this podcast, we have other shows. They also have people talking about stuff. Subscribe, and maybe they'll make the total number of subscribers public. Right now it's just too embarrassing to show anyone. This channel has a very American theme, so why did they get a Polish guy to narrate? 2 words: fun service. 1 lucky subscriber will get an autographed picture from me. The picture will be of Gabe Newell, but it will have my name on it. Did you hear about what happened to the last person who didn't subscribe? Nothing happened actually. But is that what she wants? Nothing. I bet she wants something to happen to you. And it will, if you press the button.
Oh, I forgot there's one more thing you could wear that signifies you're single.
Oh dear.
Gamer clothes.